We said the 2025 NFL Draft was going to be crazy throughout the offseason. We got to the first round. There were some crazy picks, which leaked some of the potential first-rounders to go into the second round. The Bears capitalized on this by drafting Luther Burden, who had a first-round grade in the second round, amping up their wide receiver depth chart and their offense overall after taking Colston Loveland in the first round. We're going to dig into his prospect profile, how he fits in the Bears, fantasy football analysis, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. Rookie camp clips are coming, so if you want to see Luther Burden's clips, it'll be right here on the channel. Colston Loveland, all the other rookies, it'll be right here. Click that button, stop missing out. That is what this channel is known for, just digging up clips and talking ball. But Ben Johnson has some big things to say about Luther Burden, and we want to start off by listening to that before digging into his prospect profile.
What's your assessment of Luther?
Luther, stud. Yeah, I mean, you saw the highlights, right? I mean, he's a playmaker waiting to happen. I mean, went to the same high school, I believe, as Jameson Williams. JMO texted me right after we took him, and he said, you got a dog just like me, you know? And so Luther has that same confidence. He's got that same swagger to him. For 6 foot, 200 plus pounds, it's rare to see somebody with his movement skills. He can stop on a dime and accelerate just like that. Give him a little bit of space and he can make big things happen. And so a dangerous player, weapon, call him what you want, but I see big things in his future.
I think Luther Burden is a top-tier wide receiver. I think he's a first-round wide receiver. I think it's a travesty that he fell that far in the draft. Luther Burden, after round 1, just hit the field, started running routes. He's got that dog in him. And he plays like that too. He's a very assertive route runner, very assertive getting in and out of his breaks, off the release, very assertive at the catch point. He's going to fit in his offense. We're going to talk why here in a moment, but he was a big-time recruit coming out of high school. 5-star prospect, one of the top wide receivers in the 2022 recruiting class. We went to Missouri, 39 offers, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas. Everybody wanted this kid. He went to Mizzou. We didn't get the usage as we would from other schools, but we went to Mizzou. It happened. But during his freshman season, this team did whatever they could to get the ball in his hands while he was acclimating to the college game. 18 carries. They were just handing it off to him, pitching it to him. They threw it to him 45 times, 45 receptions, 375 yards, 6 touchdowns. The next year's blow-up year, 2023. That's the season you really want to look at. That's where the production was there. 86 balls caught, 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns. We can be productive. We can create separation. We covered that. We looked at his route running a few days ago when they showed the clips from practices, and we'll have that at the end of the video. But we're looking at the ADOT 9.1, 9.7, but you look at his speed, we can definitely stretch it farther if we need to. On top of that, we're good in the short to intermediate. We're good getting off the release. Yards after the catch per reception, 7.3 on his career. 81 targets last year, so it's a little light in the pants on that. 120 a year prior, though, when we went off. And then we're looking at the targets here. We were second in line, just right behind Theo Weiss and the offense, but it's Missouri, and there's a lot of questionable things when we're looking at their offense as well, so you got to keep that in note. But we did have some big moments here against Memphis, Florida, LSU, some big schools, Boston College, K-State, South Carolina, TAMU, so a good decorated program. Injury history is not too vast, so it's not like you're getting a banged-up prospect. We did have a shoulder issue in 2024, but he came back the next week. That's something to note, especially when you look at those targets. That's something to dig up on and look at. However, we bounced back pretty quickly. We're a durable wide receiver, and you're looking at the athleticism here. Good speed, low end 4.4s, good size at 206 at 6 foot, and we can play the short to intermediate. We can get it downfield. We have a good route tree. It's just not documented here in Missouri, but still, a breakout age of 18.7, that's top tier. That's an indicator that you can transition quickly from one level to the next, high school to college, so there's potential that we can do it from college to the NFL. Good dominator rating at 74th percentile, even though the counting stats were low. Dominator rating is the ownership of yards and touchdown in an offense. So yards and touchdowns in an offense, how much you own of that offense, pretty much of the production. He owned a lot. Even though the counting stats were low, and that's mainly from his best year there, it still happened. And he can take over an offense. He can be dominant. This is a big-time prospect. Not far off from Rome Odunze, I'll definitely say that. He fell to the second round, and now you're looking at a wide receiver that was a big gift to Caleb Williams and the Bears. Caleb Williams is a huge winner from the 2025 NFL Draft. He's a huge winner. And we're looking at this depth chart. You got DJ Moore, Rome Odunze in there. You got Olamide Zaccheaus, but I expect him to be in 3 wide receiver sets, and they're in 3 wide receiver sets almost 80% of the time, 77.4% per playerprofiler.com. Rome Odunze should see an uptick. DJ Moore is going to be DJ Moore, but with this talented wide receiver coming in, and over time, you should see him start getting more and more work in the offense over time because he's a talented wide receiver. He fits well with Rome Odunze. Now you got Rome Odunze on the outside. You can use him to push it downfield, and you can use Luther Burden. You can move him around. You can use him short to intermediate. You can use him around, and then you got Rome Odunze that can play off of that. And DJ Moore is great in his own right, and that's going to help bridge Caleb Williams' development. But also, we look at his contract here. He's not going to be a Bear forever. Just look at those numbers. You know he's not going to be a Bear forever. You think he's going to be a Bear till he's 32, 33 years old? Do you think that's going to happen? We have a potential out after 2027. Soon, we'll be 30 years old. We'll probably kick it around for a little bit, especially Father Time's going to start stepping in and say, wait a minute, it's my turn. Father Time's going to say it's my turn eventually. We don't know. It could be when he's 33. It could be now. We don't know, but he doesn't lose. He always wins. And looking at the route running here for Luther Burden. Luther Burden's route running. Going from practice here at Missouri. Just watching him break off routes. He's a very sudden route runner. Great separation. And we cover high school recruits on this channel. And the one thing, the main trait with route running that I like to see is assertiveness and subtleness, which are 2 words that contradict each other. But assertiveness is being aggressive, getting in and out of the breaks, no nonsense, but still technical. The subtleness is you're not doing TikTok routes. It's in and out, you get it done. Your work pail mentality. You got the lunch pail on you, you're getting in and out of those breaks. That's what he's doing. Tacks midline, tacks the opposite way, breaks off the route. That's what you're seeing here with Luther Burden. Boom. In and out, assertive. When you're thinking about a route tree, honestly, how are you getting in and out of those breaks? Honestly, when you're looking at a prospect, most wide receivers at the high school level have a full route tree pretty much. Pretty close to it. The game has changed that wide receiver. Where route running is just has to be there. We're good at that. But the thing that separates him from other wide receivers is the assertiveness and how quick he turns on a dime. And he's very aggressive with that. Boom, like that. No drift, just turns it. Watch it. Right there. The feet. Being aggressive with it with the hands. Just watch his feet. His feet is sweet. Does not matter. Holds his balance. He's got sweet feet. Watch him. Gets out. Bam. These are drills. So it's not like it's one-on-one, but also going to be a little bit more handsy as well than real games. So you get to see a good look of his concentration. When I look at Luther Burden, I see a wide receiver here that's going to adapt well with the Chicago Bears that has a lot of upside. And I think over time, him and Rome Odunze, that's a damn perfect tandem. You got Rome Odunze on the outside with the size that can stretch it downfield, and he's going to gain target share. DJ Moore, 2 years from now, we're going to be like 30 years old. Luther Burden, first-round caliber wide receiver stepping in, and he can take over short to intermediate and plus get deep. We have that potential. You saw that in the route running, the suddenness, the numbers say so. Missouri was kind of weird there with the production standpoint, but that might allow the Bears to catch him at a discount. Fantasy football-wise for Luther Burden, I mean, in rookie drafts, for the talent, you're catching him at a good value. For Dynasty Fantasy Football. For redraft, he's a lottery ticket that you're holding on to. That first year is going to be hard with the target share unless something happens to DJ Moore and they got to thrust him in. And that may happen in the back end of the season. He's a lottery ticket play in double-digit rounds, maybe off waivers, middle of the year. But that's it until we get some more opportunity in the offense and see more out of training camp or potentially more. But you got a big-time talent here with the Chicago Bears. This offense better start turning and burning and getting better or something's happening. Like with the quarterback, with the offense, with the coaching staff, something's happening because we upgrade offensive line. 2 big receiving threats at tight end and wide receiver added. Rome Odunze, another year in the system, should be stepping up. Well, it's a new system, but still stepping up. DJ Moore's a good vet to help bridge Caleb Williams. I think this team's got a lot of opportunity. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. One day for watching. Catch you on the next video.